It's Elsianna, and today I'm going to be doing one of those reaction videos that are very popular on the internet. Before we start, I apologize for the bad quality of the video. It is on in fact, I'm using my phone because I can't, my webcam, the version I have, I can't do the whole two-screen thing in the videos, so. If I could figure out how to do that, it'd be great, but I can't. But, yeah, it's good sound quality, though. So, it is 3 creepy, real horror, or movie theater horror stories, by Mr. Nightmare. I will put the original link to the video, link down below in the description. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's do this. And I know it's backwards, I got it. It's not really an issue, all it is like screen. Okay, thank you to Krylo. Oh, I didn't read that. Whatever. Sorry about that.
It was April of 2015. Me, my girlfriends, and my little brother, who was 9 years old, had gone to a small nearby movie theater on a Wednesday night to see the horror movie It Follows. We usually went late on weekends to give the whole theater to ourselves. Plus, I had off on Thursdays that semester. When we entered the theater, at first it seemed like we were the only ones inside, but then my little brother pointed somebody out. It was a man in a dark gray hoodie sitting in the top left corner seat in the theater. It was a little sketchy, but nobody would really give it a second thought. We picked upper middle row seats with a railing in front so we could put our feet up.
Right.
We each sat with an empty seat between us for more room. I know, that sounds weird to do with my girlfriend with me, but having my brother there made it a different story. I was sitting the closest to the edge, and therefore the closest to the one other guy in the room besides us. Within 5 minutes, the previews were over, and the movie was starting. The lights in the theater dimmed to darkness, and the only light now was the light projecting from the screen. My little brother took out his bag of candies he snuck in and started to eat them obnoxiously loud.
I do that too.
About 5 minutes into the movie, over my brother's loud candy wrapper noises, which we told him to stop for the record, I thought I heard a pretty loud sound come from above and behind us. I waited a few seconds to sneak a glance behind us, and saw that the guy that was sitting in the top corner had moved down a row, which was odd. But again, I didn't give it more than a second thought.
Right.
Another 5 minutes later, when the movie was already starting to get interesting, I heard something from behind us again. I turned when I thought it wouldn't be too obvious, and again, the guy was a whole row closer to us. I leaned to my girlfriend and said while chuckling, "Don't look, but that guy keeps moving closer to the screen." She shrugged her shoulders and didn't even show interest in checking. I told myself if he did it again, then I would have a problem, and managed to get back into the movie. I'd say another 5 minutes later, without even hearing anything this time, I just turned around out of curiosity and saw the man a whole row closer, but this time he wasn't at the last seat of the row anymore. He was moved further down the row, closer to us. Now he was only 3 rows behind us. I nudged my girlfriend and she turned around. Then she looked at me and gave me a confused, concerned kind of look. She asked me if we should move, and I said definitely not. At this point, I wasn't able to pay attention to the movie anymore. Even though I was facing the screen, I felt like the man's gaze was hitting me in the back of the head. I told myself if he moves closer, I would turn around and firmly ask him what he was doing. But then I also thought, what if I'm looking too much into this? What if he's just a normal guy who happens to keep switching seats for a better view?
Yeah.
Once more, I turned around, and the man was only 2 rows away from us now, closer to the center of the row, or rather directly behind us, and his head was just completely down looking at his lap. I didn't even bother to check what he was looking at. He could have been looking at nothing. I literally opened my mouth ready to say something, but I was just too much of a coward. I was only 16 last year and pretty skinny.
I'm sorry.
My little brother got up during a slow part of the movie to go to the bathroom. About a minute later, I turned to see if the man had gotten closer again, this time actually ready to say something. But I was shocked to see nobody behind us. It was completely empty.
You followed the boy.
I told my girlfriend, and she said good. But then I stood up in pure fear, thinking of my little brother. Telling my girlfriend to wait there and running out of the room and into the empty theater halls, I saw the man in the gray hoodie entering the men's bathroom down the hall. Fearing for my little brother's safety, I ran down the hall toward the bathroom, opened the door, and saw the man literally on his knees, peeking under the two stall doors. Then he looked at me, and at the same time, I heard my little brother call me from down the hall. I saw him waving me over in confusion. I ran to him, got my girlfriend out of the movie room, and we went to the front desk. The team working the front ticket stand called the police, showed us and the cops the video footage of the man walking down the hall, and then we filed a police report. I'm just so grateful that my brother went to a different bathroom down the opposite direction of the hall, because if he had been in there, even with my showing up to save him, I have no idea what would have happened.
Right.
It's been over a year now, and the man was never identified.
Yeah.
Dr. Stanfield, hi. My name is Spencer Reed, and I was wondering if you're available.
It falls. I don't know if you ever. Okay.
Talk about my mother.
Cool. It's story 2, but we're gonna take a break and pause about talk about it. Okay. Yeah, I had a gut feeling that he followed the guy behind them. Followed the kid. I've never seen this video. I've seen a lot of them, but this one I've never seen.
I did CTV Sunday.
Oh my god, I have strict rules about not watching this alone. Thank god I'm not alone right now. My stepmom's actually across from me in her chair over there watching TV, so that's the bright light you're actually seeing that's hitting my face. That and the laptop is a bright light from the TV. I could make a sandwich, but maybe when my stepmom gets up, I'll ask her to make it for me. But right, Dennis? Will you make me another sandwich when you get up? Yeah. Cool.
That's what happens when you film vertical, kid.
You're gonna have to heat up the bread. Just saying. I mean, it's frozen, so. Anyway, yeah. I had a feeling the man was behind them in the theater. Was gonna follow the little kid. It's like I had a feeling like, yeah. The man followed the little kid. Of course. That's creepy. I would have probably said something too. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And like, can you not just pick one place and stick with it? Like, why are you moving close to us? It Follows isn't really that scary of a movie to me. I've seen it. It's not really that scary. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but it's not that scary. Yeah.
And I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
And how long have you been into women? I didn't say I was.
Anyway.
Back in 2008, Cloverfield was one of the biggest movies of the year, and I desperately wanted to see it. Most of my friends had already gone to see it, which upset me, given that I didn't want to be seen going to the movie theater alone. However, I didn't have work or school on Thursdays, so on Wednesday night, I figured I could get away with going alone to one of the small theaters nearby with a screening of the film at 9:30, since I knew it would be quiet.
The following program deals
well, I showed up, bought a ticket, and immediately realized the entire building was dead. I entered the theater, and much to my surprise, there was not a single person in there. There were 2 large sections of seats in the theater. I sat in the bottom row of the upper section, which was seated just behind a tiny wall. During the quiet parts of the movie, which were very few, I kept thinking that I was hearing something coming from behind me.
Right.
It was almost like I was hearing a voice.
Right.
Is someone there?
An uninvited
Nothing.
guest follows them.
I felt like the sounds were just getting louder and closer, but I kept turning around and didn't see anyone.
Maybe they're ducking behind the seats when he turns around.
Eventually, the sounds became so loud that it was evident it was a crazed whispering. I was about to nope the fuck out of there, but when I got up and took one last look behind me, a figure popped up quickly from behind the seats just 2 rows up from me, arms flat to their sides, and just facing me like a stiff statue.
Nope. Get out of there.
I ran like there was no tomorrow back to the lobby, where I saw nobody, not a single employee. I kept running to the car, took a few seconds to catch my breath once inside, and drove back home. I tried calling the theater that same night. I never got anyone to answer. I didn't bother the next day, and I just tried to let it go. It still freaks me out beyond imagination to this day.
A couple explores a tunnel with a gruesome history.
You can feel the energy.
Wait, why would someone pop up behind the screen?
An uninvited guest
Come on.
follows them.
Got it. Okay, cool. Sorry, my phone wasn't pausing. Why would someone do that? Like,
Oh, would you hush?
here,
Plate.
make me a sandwich.
Right in my butt.
D, I'm recording.
Oh my god, she's recording Echo.
Yeah, I don't know why on earth someone would be doing that in a movie theater. This is a psychopath. I don't know. No, I don't like Cloverfield. I don't know why it's such a big hit. I don't know. Okay, well, story 3.
One of my first jobs was working at a movie theater in Huntington on Long Island. It was an okay gig for a 16-year-old.
I know.
Dealing with the general public en masse, you'll always run into creeps. However, there was one creep and one really weird situation that I still have nightmares about. It was a Monday, like 11 o'clock at night.
I remember working in a movie
and the
theater.
last two playing movies were finishing up,
friends
which
that
was
worked in
earlier
a
than
theater.
usual.
I've never actually worked.
On weeknights, I would usually be out of there by midnight during the summer. Anyway, I was the only one working besides Cathy, the lady behind the popcorn counter who was closing up. I was sitting on the carpeted steps next to my ticket podium on my phone when Cathy yelled over to me to sweep the floors. She told me she was heading out and would be back within the hour to close up. I hurried up with the sweeping and sat back down to get back to playing a Tetris-like game on my flip phone. I was left alone a lot like this, and this was the one time during my shifts that I feared something such as a late-night robbery might easily take place. Suddenly, I heard the front door to the theater pull open with force. I stared down at the doorway to the lobby, which blocked the actual entrance section, waiting for someone to walk through, and hoping it would be Cathy. After all, she would have locked the doors anyway at this hour.
Being weird.
I called out Cathy's name, and suddenly, an upper middle-aged man with a big brown faded jacket came wandering in, immediately locking his eyes onto mine. I told him we were closing up, and he had to leave. He looked at me with a sort of intimidating Vincent Pastore kind of look on his face.
I have no idea who that is.
He mumbled his words in his response, but I could make out his phrase to be, "Is Cathy here?" I shook my head no, and he mumbled, "I'm just going to go sit down over there for a while." I was very against confrontations with other people, so my heart was racing, and I lacked the confidence to order him to leave. I don't like confrontation either, it's okay. I sat back down on the step and pretended to be absorbed in my phone, when really I was texting Cathy telling her there was someone weird here for her. But with the old flip phones, texts took forever to send, and even longer for people to check. By the time the text was sent, I noticed the man, now across the room sitting on a bench, was literally watching me. I wanted to show him that I was annoyed by this, so I simply got up, walked up the 3 carpeted stairs, and sat down on the bench in front of a wall that would block my view from him. Stupid old me didn't figure this would allow him to do whatever he wanted, not being within my vision. Within minutes, I realized this was dumb and went back to sitting on the step, only now the man was gone. Cathy returned around the same time that the last of the moviegoers were leaving. I told her about the guy, and she said she left the door unlocked by mistake. I spent about 10 minutes sweeping up in some of the auditorium rooms before my shift was officially over.
And then went to one of the
Cathy wanted me to do one more favor before leaving. Bring the mop, bucket, and broom down into the storage den. I did as she asked, opened the door in the lobby which leads to the storage area, walked down the half-flight of concrete stairs with the mop, broom, and bucket, and stopped. Behind one of the boilers, I could see as clear as day an arm tucked away in the corner. It was the man, and he was very clearly trying to hide. I pretended like I didn't notice and walked back up the stairs. I locked the door behind me and ran to Cathy. She checked the camera footage first, and this is where things got disturbing. Within the period of time that I was hiding from the man, the surveillance cameras caught him getting up and leaving the theater. Cathy seemed surprised and declared, That's my ex-husband. I felt like my heart was starting to drop as she said this, and I was starting to put things together. I assured her there was in fact somebody down there. She took out her cell phone and dialed not for 911, but rather for her ex-husband as she left the building. I followed her, afraid to stay in the theater alone. Cathy suddenly started to panic, as it seemed her ex-husband hung up the phone on her. She then called the cops, and what she explained to them shocked and disturbed me. When she hung up the phone, she was in a panic, and she tugged me away from the building. It turned out her ex-husband arrived to the theater to get her out of there, because he had apparently run into some trouble with a guy he knew who threatened to kill Cathy for whatever messed up reason. The cop cars pulled up into the parking lot with their sirens blaring. Minutes later, they came out with some old Italian mobster-looking guy in cuffs. Cathy never showed up for work after that, and I was never able to get the full backstory out from anyone. I was the coolest guy at the theater for a while since I witnessed all of this. I just really wish I got the full story, though, because it really interested me. I never saw Cathy, her ex-husband, or that random guy who potentially almost killed me had I approached him ever again.
Okay. Cool. I don't know why I just hit spacebar. Wow. That was interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. If you, like, so the ex-husband came in looking for her. Ex-husband came in looking for the girl, and he actually wasn't trying to hurt her. Okay. I honestly thought the girl was a teenager too, but okay, apparently not. Yeah. The ex-husband tried to warn her that someone was after her. I'm drinking Pepsi right now. It's backwards. Thank you. Love you.
I love me too.
Whatever, Dennis.
I
love you
too. You know what? You down. Yeah.
Oh.
Bye.
Everyone called to
No. Down.
Yeah, no.
Not getting any of my sandwich.
No, supernatural
being to a movie theater, like going to see movies countless times,
reveals the truth.
I've never had a creepy experience like that.
I can't scream. I
So,
can't breathe. I
think the scariest one for me was probably the third one. It's cross between the first and the third one. The second one was scaring me.
Evil. It lurks in the darkest.
But yeah,
and in our most
I honestly think that
the worlds we seek.
yeah, I've never actually had a bad experience at a movie theater before.
Nightmares become reality.
Like, I mean, I've had annoying experiences, like listening to a man telling a young child, crying to shut the fuck up. It's just a movie, kids movie. Get over it. Yeah, you don't say it to a little kid. Just saying.
Just be careful.
You don't say that. You don't tell a little kid to get over it when obviously they're little. They'll cry at animated movies. That's them. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that I have cried at movies. Like movies like I've cried at If I Stay, which I watched a couple nights ago. Yeah, I watched If I Stay. I watched.
He'd caught one of the slaves with his wife, and the other.
I don't think I cried at Beastly.
He gathered
I don't think I cried basically.
and sealed them up in the wall.
I cried at the last song.
They say that you can still hear the men screaming as they're being sealed up into the walls.
Yeah. There's another one too. I just can't remember what it was.
Tickle my fancy, but then I finally told her, all right, then if you want to go, we'll go.
I even cried during the songs. I'm sorry, but sure. Oh.
What was that?
You're such a chicken. There's no one here. It's just us.
Okay. Weird. Yeah, I even cry. I cry at all the movies. Certain songs I cry at too. Sorry. I want to learn. Swallow before you talk.
We started hearing like a Russian sound, you know, like air rushing to you. Something like you could feel the energy rushing towards you.
I don't know.
You could hear
I don't know why people have scary experiences in a movie theater. I don't know who'd be stupid and cause something like that in a movie theater. But I have done that thing where you sneak in other food. I've done that. I don't know if you guys have done that. I have. We've smuggled in like water and
Pretty much just brushed it off.
oh god, candy. You know, it's funny. Yeah. Okay. That's it for this video. Catch you guys in the next one. I'll probably continue with the Dark Parables stuff next time, or maybe even Grim Tales. I don't know.
Candace and John decided
Bye, guys.
something is not for them.